Maker TV. Buddies up with Oyster World Fashion.
Okay. So this was an amazing show. After the white paper, we are going to the past now?
No, what past? What past? There is no past. It's the idea of a certain kind of past, which is why we call it the Chanel Beau Brummel, because it was the man who put men into dark suits with white shirts and white cuffs instead of having the frilly 18th century colorful look for men before. But this is also an idea, very Chanel, very Paris, so I only accelerated, oversized it and make it different and made kind of jewelry out of it. But instead, in the past where I touched the shirts and sleeves, this is all detachable and it's like a new kind of jewelry out of silk, wool, knit, everything. Huh? If you read the newspaper, the feeling is not that happy, so I'm lucky that you had the impression of happiness. You know, I don't like male models in the classic way, so I only take people I really know well, who are friends and they're all friendly together. And you know, those clothes they had on exist for women too. Huh? But I don't put them on the runway because Chanel took so many looks for men that it's interesting also to have a proposition for men today in the mood of Chanel. And women can wear them and men too because it's like jeans, anoraks, t-shirt. There is no gender for those. Huh?
What is your favorite music at the moment? What do you listen to?
Metronomy, Franz Ferdinand. That is what I'm listening most to for the moment.
You get some inspirations from music and from literature.
You get it, but I don't put it into words, you know. Yeah. It's very difficult to say. But for the moment, this morning when I got dressed, I was listening to Metronomy.
And what are your favorite books?
I read many books in different languages. For the moment, I'm reading ghost stories by Edith Wharton. It's genius.
And how do you find the time for so much?
Only busy people find time. You never ask somebody who's doing nothing to help you to do something for you. Only busy people have time.
You're always called to be the godfather of fashion.
How
do you like it to be compared
I'm just
to
a godfather. Huh? No, it's okay. I'm very mafia. Huh?
Okay.
But a nice one. I only kill with words.
You got my heart, you know. You got a thing for me. You got a thing for me. I told you how long ago.
Je suis une improvisation totale.
Karl is a bit of a hero to Rach.
Ever since I read the book The Beautiful Fall, which is all about Karl Largerfeld and Yves Saint Laurent and their historical rise through fashion, I fell in love with Karl. He is such an inspiring and really creative, amazing person.
And his creations back then are still relevant today. So like all of his pieces can still be
so
timeless.
Yeah. It's like if you look at anything he's designed over the era, it could still be worn era after era. He never looks to the past, he always looks to the future. So he's always looking for the new and what's coming next. The idea for the shoot came after we were thinking about Karl's life and how we could incorporate like an intrinsic element within the shoot to make it look really like Karl. So then we thought, okay, he shoots a lot of his own campaigns and we wanted to work in the idea of using a camera so the different Karls could shoot each other.
Just be over the top and then looking down like that.
Yep.
Once you really get into it, it's like actually pretend you're shooting and not actually worry about me and I'll shoot around you guys.
Okay, great.
We're shooting at Sun Studios and we're working with Terence Chin. He's a really good photographer. He's worked with Oyster a lot over the years.
He works really well in black and white and with Lani as well, so we thought it would be the perfect fit for the story.
Like we had to work out an exact composition to be able to run it across the double page, so he's really good at composition. He always creates an interesting vibe.
I guess I was just thinking of references, and this old movie called Blow Up came to mind, and there's an amazing scene where David Hemmings was shooting Varushka, and he's meant to be like David Bailey in the 60s. It's quite classic in terms of what people think, you know, photographers are like when they shoot. I saw it, I was just like, wow, I want to be a fashion photographer. When they said, you know, Karl shooting himself, that came to mind.
The collection as a whole, it's got a lot of skinny leg, black jeans, it's got a lot of classic white shirts, but with interesting detail. Karl really loves interesting collars, so what we've actually worked with today is one of the really cool ladies' shirts that has like a really big...
Like a ruffle.
A ruffle on it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of jackets, black, straight, skinny skinny jackets, which is a classic Karl piece.
Yeah. So after having viewed the collection, we decided there were so many pieces that could easily be transferred to a Karl lookalike, so that's where the inspiration came from. And we've kind of used that to do a parody, so using these two models and then basing it around Karl's quite distinct style.
So it's the female version of Karl and the male version of Karl.
Have you seen Karl Largerfeld? She's looking pretty fit.
It does have a slightly sort of, larger than life presence to it, and he's totally recognisable, so the look has almost become the brand in a way.
Lots of black and white, like his classic palette that he takes throughout all his collections. Skinny ties that K by Karl does, fingerless gloves, lots of jewellery.
Lots of rings, lots of tie embellishments. He loves vintage stuff, so we've kind of really worked the vintage angle.
It's quite over-stylized to be just like Karl. So this shoot will appear in the August-September issue 83, and the theme is outsider, which fits in quite perfectly with this because we're, as viewers, are kind of like the boys watching in as Karl shoots himself. It's got kind of a voyeuristic, narcissistic appeal to it. Yeah.
Take a look at Karl, and that's what K by Karl is.
Hi. I'm Karl.
Hi, I like Karl too.
Look great.
Speaker TV.